Hey guys, and welcome back to Little Black Book. You already know what time it is, baby. Listen, if you're new to the channel, make sure you click the like, the share, the subscribe, and make sure you click that bell button for the notifications of when the uploads come through, baby. Listen, for those who are returnees, the Minerals gang, you ain't got the minerals, baby. Yes, we've got the merchandise ready. Have a look at this, baby. The merchandise is ready for you. Listen, click down below and grab yourself one of these Minerals Gangs hoodie, baby. You understand? There's going to be some more designs coming out in the coming months as well. So, yes, guys, we're talking to you guys about Ready to Love. Are you mad? Are you mad? Or are you lean? Chile. Listen, if you can't handle the heat in the kitchen, get out. If you can't handle the heat in the kitchen, you need to move out. Because we're talking to you today, guys, about Tondy's interview with Enchanted PR. Oh, my freaking word. Where do we begin?
But I'm gonna ask you, why would you?
Let me say this. I don't understand. Mm-hmm. We're all adults.
We are.
Okay.
Let it rip.
Let it rip. We're not over there playing Uno. Okay. All right.
Tondy. Okay. All right. Come on now, Tondy. So you and Mario.
Things happen, lady.
You and Mario have been more than friends since the reunion.
I was
physically more than friends.
Things have gotten physical. Yes.
Okay.
Here's my key points from the whole overall interview. We got to understand that the reason why Tondy has been feeling a certain way towards Mario is because she has been getting a little done on. You know what I'm saying? She's been a little, cover your children's ear right now. Been getting a little, you know what I mean? Been getting a little, you know what I mean, on the side. And so therefore that's created this, as some people might say, soul tie. I like to call it this. There's psychology, yeah. The psychology of having sex is deep. The spiritual side of it is deep. The physical aspect of it is deep. You are allowing somebody into your personal space, yeah, to encounter you on your most vulnerable spectrum, yeah. You are completely, some of us do it not naked, some of us do it naked, whatever you want to call it, but you are vulnerable to that point where you are naked emotionally and oftentimes physically. That's the closest two human beings can be physically, you understand? So to engage in the Cali licking, as you were saying, or whatever, which we picked up from the reunion anyway, then kind of makes sense as to the intensity of Tondy's feelings in terms of still kind of pushing through the narrative that, you know, of her and Mario, etc, etc. Obviously there's been some other things that have come alongside that, which is that Mario is definitely playing both sides. So I want to put this point across. Some of you were saying to me earlier on when Chica involved himself in a woman's business, should somebody get involved now? We should just leave it. It's women's business. Tondy and my girl Reva, it's women's business. Let's not get involved, lads. Let's leave that alone. Let's let Mario do what he's doing. Let's let him continue, because it is women's business. That's exactly what I'm talking about. It's our business. Yeah, when someone's moving mad like that, it's our business. Someone needs to come in there and be like, look, Mario, you're acting a mad fool, cuz, you know what I'm saying? If I'm your boy, Mario, no offense towards you personally, but towards what you're doing, which is questioning your integrity as a character, as an individual, we can see that you're misbehaving. You're telling one person one thing, telling a person another thing. This not say that you're the only one. Reva looked like she was playing games too, because she was saying certain things to Tondy when you were on the phone on a freeway call. I won't say freeway call, but on a call, whatever, but you were listening in. She said some things which weren't honest towards you either. Do you know what I'm saying? Tondy then also playing too, because she knew exactly what it was when Mario told her, I'm single but I'm dating Reva. What does that mean? What does single but dating actually mean? Come on, somebody tell me what single. Park the brakes. The car is shaking a little bit. Put the hand in. You know what I'm saying? Bruv, what is going on? What does single but dating mean? Far as I'm concerned, if you're single but dating, I can't chat to you. Why am I still having sex with you? So Tondy too playing a game. All three of them, this is a little nasty. You know what I'm saying? It's a little messy. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying there isn't levels to who's done the most wrong here. There are. I'm going to explain that. But everybody's played a part in this, including Tondy. So now that whole where everyone was batting for Tondy, saying, you know, we feel sorry for Tondy. No, but Tondy's also played into this. After you found out that she'd been doing a thing with Reva, you intentionally allowed Mario to come over and have kitty cat play because you wanted to get one up on Reva. as well as obviously get your leg up. I'm sorry that you seem to be confused. He belongs to me, the boy is mine.
Yes.
And you kind of overheard them, well, they were sharing with you that he can be a little bit controlling and a little bit, I guess, rigid in the way he looks at what women should do and not should do. What did you think at that point, or had you started to see signs of that in you guys' relationship?
You know what? I am the type of person, I'm going to go by how you treat me.
Okay.
You know, somebody's villain in their situation might not be my villain.
That's true. That's very true.
You know what I mean? So Mario has never tried to control me. He's been to the nail salon with me. I pick whatever I want. He says that's nice. The thing with the blue nails, he doesn't care about blue nail polish per se. He just said if it doesn't, the color doesn't look good on you, I don't like that.
Okay.
So he's never showed me a controlling side.
Okay.
So all of these things that people are saying, I've never experienced.
Okay.
Okay.
I think earlier in the series, I know a lot of people were kind of saying that they felt like Mario was a little bit more was controlling. There were spectrums in the comment section that were saying Mario's a complete narcissist, Mario's slightly controlling, and some people just didn't think he was controlling at all. Tondy's obviously come out and said obviously she doesn't feel like Mario was controlling. She could wear whatever colour nails she had. She could do whatever she wanted to do. She could go out if she wanted to go out. There were instances where they've crossed paths, but all in all, she didn't feel like she was being controlled, which is the point I was making in the video, saying that although it looks that way, in certain instances, I don't personally see Mario as being controlling. What I do see him is as stating verbally, quite loudly, his state of preference. And I think we have to be very careful, when I said about labels, very careful how we label someone too quickly. You know, the Bible says we should not judge by mere appearances, yeah? We shouldn't just jump in there and label people. I want us to be very cautious about how we label. We can suggest that I think he is maybe a narcissist and give points as to why we think that. But we've got to be slow to talk and quick to listen. Do you understand? Because remember, as much as obviously we're seeing everything, I'm also very much aware that we as an audience have so much power. As you know, Alexis even commented on my video the other time. London's commented. You know, Tondy's commented. Do you know what I'm saying? I know that also as well. What's her name, man? Divine's also commented as well. So I know that we are being watched, and in that case, I always say this energy: let's talk as if the person will be talking to us face to face. But pushing on to the idea of him being controlling, there has been some aspects where it has lent towards there. You know, and it's lent towards that particular instance, like we said about the past, where his parents actually even said, or his mum even said, have you seen the darker side of him? The blue nail polish situation, which actually isn't an issue because I saw Reva blue polish. But hey, it's probably not the blue nail polish that it was. Who knows the reason why fully he wanted a blue nail polish off his ex. But all in all, I just want to say that obviously that was a first kind of thing that I just kind of noticed. Let's continue.
That's what happened. Mario likes fire. He likes a fiery woman. But, you know, when it comes to playing in the fire, I don't know if he's, you know, up to that. He's attracted to a fiery woman. He's told me his ex-wife is we have similar personalities.
Right.
Why is Mario dating women who are fiery? Mario, your ex was fiery. Did you not learn the lesson the first time round? You said you didn't like that because you wanted to have control in the proceedings. So why are you going after somebody who also is fiery again? You know what I mean? Like, it's an important lesson to all of us. Need to kind of watch this and understand something. If it didn't work the first time, yeah, and you saw that it was a mistake to date that kind of woman because the kind of person you want, then why continue to go after the same type of woman again? It's evident that we need to make a choice change. That, you know what, doing the same thing and expecting a different result is called insanity. So we should expect a different result here by doing something different. This is what we're talking about in our introspection videos every Wednesday. Make sure you tune in at 9 o'clock, guys. But, you know, if we're going to have a different result, a new year, new me, or a new woman, you want a different type of woman for a different result, then you need to do something different and not choose the same type of woman. Because when you first chose Tondy, I said this when they first got together, I was confused. Tondy's a firecracker. Where is he going? You already told us in the VT that your wife was a similar way, and you've learned from that. Clearly you haven't. You know what I'm saying? And it's not a bashing against Mario again. It's again a lesson for us to learn that sometimes we say things and don't put it into action. You know, we should be putting into action that we need a change of behavior here. You know, because Tondy ain't gonna change. You're not gonna grind her down. She's a firecracker, and that's what she's gonna continue to be.
My daughter in her college, her on-campus apartment. You know, he comes to the house, fix things. I mean, it was a normal, relationship, and we were together all the time.
Cameras and we've been inseparable ever since.
Wow.
Like our families just, his family came down and our families and kids, and we all spent Christmas together, and it's just been great. And a lot of people don't know that reunion was filmed months ago.
Well, I think that's Tondy alluded to this as well, where she was talking about that it was a mad thing because Mario and her actually had began to, I guess, assimilate with their families and stuff. And he had actually begun to like take her daughter out or whatever, or drop her home, or whatever he was saying about the daughter. But basically, what he's saying is that there's been some interaction between family and Mario. Mario's literally slotted in. And the same thing was said with Reva. She said the exact same thing, that, now, that their families are intertwined straight away. And it's like, whoa, brother, same move twice? You know what I mean? And these are the kind of things that are scary for an individual, because you have to think to yourself, is he playing a game here? Which evidently we know he is, because obviously he's been playing both of them. But if you're somebody who hasn't seen Mario play that game, you might be thinking, is he playing a game? If this was you in a situation, you might be thinking, is he playing a game? Do you know what I mean? Because you're doing the same thing again. So you were integrating with the family of Tondy, you broke that up. Now you're integrating with Reva straight away as well, and integrating with the family as well. Also with that as well, the timescales were all off. All of it was off. Reva, I'm here to back you all the way, but I got to call spade when it's spade. Yeah. The spade here has dropped onto your side, and I've got to tell you, the timescales do not make sense. Mario, the timescales do not make sense. If you're saying that you guys got together in September, Tondy and Mario broke up towards the end of September. Therefore, going into October, actually, watching the videos back for Ready to Love would be quite painful. If I'm honest, let's be real. If you've been together 3 months and then you get your man or woman taken from you by somebody who you personally, and I'm saying you personally, classify them as a friend, and then you're watching the videos back, and now you're kind of seeing certain things kind of aligning. I can understand now why Tondy's vexed. Not only that, coupled with the fact that she was having sex with Mario even when Reva and Mario got together, then I understand why there is a high intensity of emotion. Now the behavior makes sense, because that feeling, that intensity of emotion that she was showing, especially with the IG live, she was expecting loyalty from Mario, and it didn't make sense at first. I was like, why is she expecting loyalty from Mario? I know what she meant, but why? You know what I mean? But now it makes sense why she wants the loyalty from Mario, because they still were talking, still were having sex, still coming over their house, still talking on the phone. He's still doing all those things that he was doing beforehand without the title. If anything, Mario is balling. He's winning. Why? He's able to access Tondy without actually having to have give her the title. She thinks she's doing Reva. She's doing herself. You really think you're doing me? You're doing yourself. Because what you don't understand is, as you're doing this, interacting with him, you're giving him pieces of you. Now, I know she's admitted that, that she stopped that now, and you know what? They're not speaking last 2 weeks. Since the past 2 weeks, they've not been speaking, etc., etc. But in that period of time, he was winning. You know what I mean? And obviously, Tondy, for her, might have thought as well, she also is winning. Because by getting one up on Reva, it's like, oh, you took my man, but I had him I had him when when you was when you thought you were together, I had him. Smoothie. You thought you was doing me, I'm doing you.
Has been documented, and we have to watch this and relive this every week.
What is he doing at your house?
Oh, you're trying to get to the
back to why is he at the house? And he's with Reva.
Well, he told me he was single and he's just dating her. This is his words. He said he's not.
When did he say that?
He just told me, I had to pull it out of him almost 2 weeks ago, that he's committed or in a relationship with her. Before 2 weeks from today, he said, I am single. I'm not in a committed relationship. I am dating her. We're dating. We're seeing each other.
But 2 weeks, because I interviewed her a week ago, and they were here, and they had been together. They're in love.
In love? No, he don't tell me that.
She said that. He didn't say that. That goes from her words.
But yeah.
So you guys have still been seeing each other? Y'all still been, what is he doing
We
at the house?
talk. We talk on the phone. We FaceTime. Support each.
You know what I mean? And that kind of, the pride that, the ego wants to get fed. You know what I'm saying? And I understand that as well. It's a real thing. The self-defense mechanisms that are probably kicking in at that time, make it real, because at the end of the day, you've been hurt, and sometimes you want to soothe the pain. You ain't got no other way to soothe the pain but to hurt others. Do you get it? And one thing that did concern me, that really did concern me, was that Tondy said that obviously quite clearly that Mario said to her that he's not easily pleased. Now this is where we're starting again. That's why I said to you about certain things can lead up to something or make it look like something. That comment alone made me feel a little bit uncomfortable, because I know obviously where narcissism and manipulators, what they tend to do, and that is one of the things that a narcissist will try to do, which is build a case for the fact that you can never please him, which then puts you in a perpetual state of trying to please him but never fully attaining it.
Right.
So, and he's told me I'm not, I'm very easy. I'm very hard to please. I said, I wish you would have told me at the beginning, because I'm not doing
He said that he's hard to please.
Yes, he did.
Oh, okay.
So you're always trying to achieve their plaudits, but you never can. Now, like I said, narcissists often draw in people who are empaths. Tondy's not an empath, so it's not gonna run. She will definitely duke him. But when I heard that comment, I was concerned. I'm not saying that he is a narcissist. I'm just saying that when I heard that comment, I was concerned, because, like I said, when you drop the bar, like I'm not easily pleased. I'm not able to be easily pleased. It's like you're setting a high standard and a high bar, but fam, we're in a relationship. We're meant to be working towards this together. Do you know what I'm saying? When you hear them kind of lines, you have to be very, very careful, because it can lead to that as well.
Define friendship differently.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, what she said friendship is, I can agree with her.
Okay.
But I didn't say she was my damn BFF. I didn't say that. You're not my BFF. But the interaction that we have requires boundaries. Okay? So me personally, and my mother always said, she said, Thandi, I didn't raise everybody. So you can get highly disappointed. You keep thinking everybody's going to move like how you move and think like how you think. And,
again, the point was made by, I guess, Tondy in terms of the friendship that herself and Reva had, and in regards to the loyalty aspect in terms of going after Mario. I'm going to say it once more again. I agree with Tondy if Reva saw her as a friend, but Reva doesn't see you as a friend. Therefore, you can't hold her to nothing. You're asking your enemy to be a friend, and they don't see you as a friend. You can't hold them to nothing. Here's my thing. I know Tondy brought the receipts about the text that came out, and I think bar one, where I think they're talking about the meme thing, where she sent a meme saying I was thinking of you, even that still doesn't really buy a friend. Here's why. Many times we have people that we build the inner circle, the outer circle, the outer external circle. And many times we're expecting people from the outer external circle to behave like people in our inner circle. It's not going to make sense. You can't expect the loyalty from the inner circle the same way you expect from someone who's on the outer exterior circle. Reva does not class you as, even potentially she doesn't even see you as the external circle. Do you know what I mean? I'm not agreeing with what Reva's done. I'm just saying that if she doesn't see you as a friend, then her loyalty can't be questioned, because she doesn't see you that way. So for her, she's not breaking no rules. Now, some of you probably mentioned about sister code. There is no sister code here, because I don't see you as a sister. That's the whole point. Like, when we say bro code, the bro code only applies to those who are bros. It doesn't apply to a guy I don't really know. It doesn't apply to a guy who I don't consider to be in a friend circle. Do you get what I'm saying? There's guys I go to with football at a time. I don't consider to be a friend. If your ex is your ex, that's your ex, bro. I don't know you like that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just because we ball, I don't know you like that. I don't roll in your circle like that. But I do get the point of Tondy saying that, if we are in the same circles, it can be awkward. It can be. If you are in the same circles a considerable amount of time, then I understand where Tondy's coming from. I just wish that she wouldn't expect that. And she said it herself, like, you can't expect that kind of behavior from people. You don't expect what you expect from yourself. But it's just like, I get where she was coming from. The receipts, I mean, Reva didn't necessarily lie. I think she just omitted and underplayed, because I think she was aware where this would lead to. Sometimes when you can understand where something's going to lead to, so you try to evade it. I think that's what Reva's done here. I'm not backing her again. I'm just saying that I'm trying to get an understanding of why people do what they do. And I think for Reva, definitely underplayed it, because you can definitely not, you cannot go and say we've not had contact, blah, 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 blah. Although she's, like she said, we've not had contact. Her idea of contact sounds like phone, because the way that she understood contact when she was talking about Divine and her was like, oh, we talk, when she said contact, we talk, we conversate, you know what I'm saying, we spoke to each other after the show, like, how do you feel like this, how do you feel like that. That's what she understands by we talk. So again, I'm not saying that I don't think particularly Reva was particularly lying. I just think that she's omitting because she understood what people would say and how they would piece it together to make it a certain way. Because her focus, Reva, was consistently on people think I did bad because obviously I went with a guy who they should have been in a girl code or whatever, blah, blah. But that's not what we're vexed about. We're vexed about the way you did it. Do you know what I'm saying? So obviously onto that, that point where it talks about, the girl code. I understand where Tony's coming from. I just don't fully agree, because that person has to see you as a friend. If I don't see you as a friend, it doesn't hold me. You know what I mean? I'm not held by those rules, because I don't see you as a friend. You saw me as a friend. Even though there was texts that are going through from them about, the going on a holiday. And listen, you have to understand something. Some people will use you for a time of the season. They don't care about you as a friend. Some people will actually use you. You know what I'm saying? They don't care about you as a friend. So don't get it confused by I'm inviting you to activities that you're my friend. You understand? Don't get confused if I send you a video about you, what you were doing in the club. I'm not your friend. Like, listen, I go to events and sometimes we take a photo on my phone. I send the photo to the person. We're not friends. Do you get it? Even if I send you potentially a video on Twitter, we may not be friends. I just was reminded by you. So, like, and I'm not trying to downplay it. I'm just saying that someone may see it.
Show that example to his daughters. He has 3 daughters. Mm-hmm. So you're going to go on national TV and show your daughters that you just adore and love. Right. That this is what a man should do to somebody that he cares about or loves. Right.
Mentioned as well about the daughter, about the daughter situation where saying about, would you behave like that in front of your daughter? And I think, and this is why I'm saying you've got to be very careful when you're throwing mud, because it sticks. But the stick, they splatter back. Do you understand? Because when Tondy's talking about, is this how you want your daughter to behave? I've got to ask the question, Tondy, when you knew, and you have to hold this one up, Tondy, because her body language told you everything you need to know about what she was doing. She knew she was doing wrong, yeah? The body language, it shifted. She moved her body, she shifted in the chair. When the question was asked, she avoided answering the question as to what Mario was doing at her house on 4 occasions. Or 3 or 4 occasions. So you know already what you're doing was incorrect, yeah? And we're not talking about just going back to him to have sex. We're talking about the point where she admitted that Mario had told her and she had to force it out of him over a period of 2 weeks as to what he was doing. And then he was saying, I'm single, but I'm dating Reva. So if you hear that, what are you expecting? That means you know you was doing something a bit dodgy, yeah? So now when you're saying that about the 9-year-old daughter, what example are you giving for your daughter? Do you see it? Then the mud starts to be thrown back at you too. You see, if you throw a standard, make sure that standard you're also applying it. I try to be as fair as possible. I like to be objective with every situation. I understand where Tondy's coming from. When you're in pain, we do things that will help us reduce the pain. We do things that will feed our ego to get us one over the other person because it makes us feel better. And I'm not questioning that. I'm just saying, but then when you throw the mud, be ready, it's coming back. Do you understand? When you throw the mud, it's coming back. That's what I'm saying. Do you get me? Yeah. It's interesting as well, the point that was that I remembered that this. Reva lets us know that Tondy had previously dated Kerry. Now we never knew this. Never knew this. But my thing is this. But didn't Reva start to go after Kerry in the beginning? Why wasn't Tondy kicking up a fuss then? Why did Tondy wait till Reva is now getting moved to by Mario, or whichever way you want to see it. One of the persons are moving to whoever, whichever way you want to see it. Why did she not kick up a fuss with the Kerry situation? Do you get it? Why didn't you? I know it's early doors then, but why didn't you kick up a fuss then? But you've kicked up a fuss now with the Mario thing. Do you see what I'm saying? So then it makes it look like, actually, this wasn't really about the girl code, but more to the competition and how you thought that person might do and how you thought the person might fare against you in this competition. Suddenly, when you thought the competition may potentially go against you, maybe that was in your mind and it made you want to protect what you had. But you did say in a reunion that, you know what, you didn't fear anything really because of the connection that you and Mario had. But eventually you had to warn her because the competition was fierce. That's a very important point. She said that she never felt any particular way, particularly because of the connection her and Mario had. So then if you felt that way, why did you have to warn Reva of Mario? Why did you feel to mention girl code and that you wouldn't do that if you weren't feeling threatened? Again, I'm not parring. What we're doing is analysing what we're being told. Alright? And this is very important because what we call this is, in psychology, we call it acting out. Yeah? Or, sorry, not acting out, sorry, I apologise. Reaction formation. Yeah? Which is basically meaning that you act differently to actually what you're thinking. Or you think, you know what I'm saying? So, she was thinking in her head, you know what? As she told us, no, I got no problem. Reva ain't nothing. She ain't nothing. But then you find out, actually, by what you're doing, by warning her, you actually do care. You actually do care and you do think that she's competition. Because you wouldn't warn somebody who you knew had no competition for you. Minerals, baby. Obviously with the text as well, specifically text in terms of the receipts that were shown. Again, I don't think it was that strong enough to show a friendship, but not only that, but the things that were pointed out. So the holiday, the thought holiday that Tondy mentioned and described to us. So obviously she didn't go because it was described as a thought holiday. Now again, it doesn't mean a friendship. First of all, if it's a thought holiday, she ain't probably inviting you as a friend. You see what I'm saying? She's inviting you as somebody else to get their back blown out so no one can talk. You know what I'm saying? So it's not necessarily a friendship, you know what I'm saying? Although I do understand that Reva did omit, and she definitely omitted information because she never let us know that she was talking to Tondy through text or through, and then she at one point she even said, call me. So, and Reva wasn't lying about the fact that she hadn't been called, but the fact of the matter is, or remains, is that, y'all, you would have had a conversation with her had she not been in the club and in a loud place. So Reva definitely omitted information, and for me, that's a telltale sign of somebody who's doing something they shouldn't be doing.
This is,
Okay, all right.
So and it's not a whole lot, but it's enough. It can support that I'm telling you she's not being.
Well, what is
truthful.
this? This is March 12th, 2017. This is a video. This is from her.
That's from her that she sent to me. We were hanging out. And you can hear her voice in it.
So this is you dancing.
That's me dancing.
So she was behind
Listen
you.
to her.
That is Reva taping you, girls hanging out. And okay, all right.
March 12th,
2017.
So,
April 5th, 2017. What are you doing for Memorial Day 25th through the 30th? And then you say, no plans yet, doll, what's up? Oh, this is when she invited you to go out of
the country, your associate.
She says, going to St. Martin, Anguilla, and St. Bart's, too much to text, give me a call when you get a moment. You say, okay, but what's the cost? She says, my airline ticket was $630 round trip. My homeboy got villas. If we share a room, it's like $540. If you get your own room, it's $1,080. I'm reading these actual texts.
What's the date?
The text, the date that this started was April 5th, 2017. And she reaches out and says, what are you doing for Memorial Day?
Right.
That definitely feels like a friend. That's
a
friend. Okay. All right. So my homeboy had a room. I told him to hold 2 rooms for me. It's 3 of us going. He has 25 of his friends coming, women and
trip.
men.
I'm not doing.
So it should be excited. So it should be exciting. It should be interesting. I'm excited. Do you know George Wilson? He played ball. And you say nice, but I don't. That sounds like a great time. And then you say you do know him. Yes, it should be fun. Going to get a boat and island hop. I've always wanted to go to Anguilla, so when we were at the range the other day, he invited me. I got my airline ticket. I'm ready to go.
Oh, so that's a man and she paid for it?
This is hit. And then she's, okay. Wow. Getting ready to call.
She sent you a collage, didn't she?
She sent a picture of the guy. He is fine as hell. I do know him.
But it's a picture collage.
It is a picture collage. And she says this is, so then she says, getting ready to call it a night, hon. Another text message. This, and you can tell who's texting because, you know, when you have an iPhone, your texts are in blue, the other person's in gray. Hey, babe, were you interested before I fill this other room? That's April 6th. You say, go ahead, dog. Got a lot on my plate at this moment, but that's going to be a blast. Okay.
Well,
all right.
We got some more.
April 7th. Okay, what idea do I have for a mommy-daughter day?
Okay, where was the brunch at she's talked about?
Mommy-daughter day, yeah.
I don't hear a brunch.
And then you say, hey, I haven't even thought about it. I'm sure we can find something fun and thrifty to do. She says, okay, you want to shoot for Saturday. The texts are very friendly. That's not an associate text because, first of all, you don't talk to you don't share a room on a trip to Anguilla with an associate. We're grown women. We don't share rooms with.
That's a telltale sign of someone doing stuff that they shouldn't be doing. But we already know that. And obviously, because she didn't explain it was a holiday where they were going amongst men, I think she did that because, obviously, again, it would look embarrassing for her, Reva, as well. So Tondy came out with it full blown, and she could because she didn't go on a holiday. But obviously, Reva didn't explain the fact that the holiday that they were asking for was this type of holiday where they do things and it goes down. Yeah, man. The pipings. Now, I'll be honest. I think Reva here has not done herself any favors because she hasn't told the full story. And Tondy's telling us that obviously they didn't have a conversation as such. It was a mutual friend, which is absolutely true, absolutely right. But the part that Reva kind of omits is the fact that when the guy entered the DMs, yeah, and you were told this person is Tondy's guy that she's kind of seeing, you didn't vacate the premises on time.
Mm-hmm. Hey, you know that's Tondy's guy. You know, now we're all, we hang out every now and again. She was like, just, lay off of that. Yeah. She still didn't lay off of it. So that's what she refused to say.
Okay. She said that the guy slid in her DMs first.
And guess what? He probably did.
Okay.
But now that you know, your loyalty is to me if we're hanging out. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
He probably did. I don't put anything past any man.
Right.
And so she still didn't immediately unfollow. She claims I didn't say anything to her. We were at an outing that our mutual friend had. It's our mutual friend. And I did say something, not confrontational. I was just talking about, and she ended up unfollowing him after that.
Okay.
Now she did, and that was that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? On time. Turn to your neighbor and say, on time. You didn't leave on time, Reva. Alright, baby, you didn't leave on time. You decided to play a little bit more. And for that is that is a foul play right there. Yeah? That's a yellow card. Because you were told at that point that this is somebody's man now. Yeah? Who you kind of know. You're not friends, but you kind of know. Right, this is not about even the friendship now between you and her. This is just about the fact there's a violation in terms of you're stepping over the line, right? But calling it. And then obviously, you put a lot of hearts on the desire, and then Tondy has to come and actually say something to you along the lines of when you're at the party, look, you're still talking to my man, and then you unfollow the guy. When you should have unfollowed him from the jump. There should have never been a little higgy-hagger. You understand? What is interesting as well is that Tondy lets us know that Mario has said, if I heard this correctly, please correct me guys in the comment section. Mario basically admitted that you ain't got the minerals. Mario admitted that Tondy is the one that he wanted to Reva. Kai! What is going on? Like, why is Reva there? Because she's apparently bullying Mario as well. Apparently, she said some things on the phone, basically kind of not insulting him. I think Tondy kind of overplayed it a little bit by saying, you know, she took down on him, but she was all that Reva was saying was the fact that, you know what, she doesn't feel like Mario's been honest. I don't think that's talking down. I think that's just she's been a bit frank. Do you know what I mean?
Nature.
Right. Okay.
So, but he's seen everything. He's heard her. I mean, on the phone, he had me call her one time. She was talking down on him.
Oh no.
Oh, that's a lot, honey.
Not
we
like
can sit and chat all night.
Not like the three-way that Alexis.
We went on the three-way. I called her because she warned me.
Right. And what was she warning you about Mario for?
She said she don't think he's been all the way honest. Mm-hmm. We were at the table with Tommy. She texted me under the table while we were about to eliminate the men.
But she basically said, obviously, Mario's not being honest. He's playing a game. So again, that wasn't really talking down. And the way that Tondy positioned it, it's almost as if like Reva was really doing some dirt. By what she said, it didn't sound like that. It just sounded that obviously she was saying that there was wasn't being honest about certain things. But again, you know. But it didn't add up, and he knows all the text. So obviously, you know, yeah. So you know, with that as well, Mario also was aware of the text that have been sent between Tondy and Reva, and has decided to stay with Reva. What is going on, brother? But then I started to understand something when she also said about the mention about the genuine.
And so he said to me, "Oh, that's cool, that's fine." Mm-hmm. But it was another story because when it came to him, he was calling some of our castmates. Why would she post her hanging out with him on
he was upset about
social media? Mm-hmm. But I later found out he said out of his mouth to me, you know, I was in my feelings. He said I didn't like that, and just basically saying that's what pushed him to call Reva.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what he said. He said that pushed me. He said you pushed me away. I'm like, really? And he said that's what really made him call her.
Okay, she has a very R&B icon ex-boyfriend
situation as well. When she mentioned the fact that, you know what, with the Genuine situation, you know, she went out with the girls, Genuine, and then when he found out he was Genuine, he got stressed and started obviously kicking up a storm, right? And that's when I clocked it there, you know, and as he said, that's the reason why Mario decided to go after Reva. After that, he said that he was pushed away by her. So, first of all, you weren't pushed away by the Genuine situation necessarily by her, but let me give a bit of insight into what happened here then. So what's happened here is the insecurity in Mario, which has not gone, which has always been there, has been triggered, yeah? And in order to stay in control and in power, he decided to switch banks, yeah? So when he saw, first of all, he's having his cake and eating it anyway, yeah? Second of all, as well, he needed an excuse to kill off Tondy anyway, yeah? Third of all, as well, I believe there's a little bit of insecurity there. You heard that she was out with the gang, with Genuine. As a man, we do compare ourselves to other men. Let's just be real. You may feel a certain way when you think she's gone to and it sounds bad when you put it this way. Oh, you've gone to a club and your ex was there as well, and you knew he was going to be there. Well, when you omit certain information, it sounds worse than it actually is. Her ex is Genuine. He's an R&B singer. My pony, baby. No, what's the rest of the lyrics? But, you know, when I heard that straight away, I was like, oops. I said, that's where it is. That's the reason why this is happening. The reason why he's going with Reva is the less chance of her hurting him. He knows already her guard is high up, which means once he breaks it, this girl's his. Because the higher that guard was, yeah, the moment it drops, the more I'm going to have you. Because the moment it dropped and I've got you, you know already, I know already that it took so much for you to get there. You're not going to just run at the first time. So this is a power and control situation. He jumped ship because this one's easier to control than this one here. So someone might say it's about being more controlling. I could say, yeah, there is a little bit of aspect, there is a little bit of aspect of Mario being controlling, but it's also a case of the fact that we all do this. We put ourselves in situations where we feel we can control the narrative. That therefore then giving us power to then not be in the same position as we were beforehand. Do you get it? So when I heard that genuine thing, I said, that's the reason why. Okay, now I get it as well. What I don't get is that Reva was texting Tondy underneath the table, then proceeded to have a conversation with Tondy about Mario when you knew that he was still trying to court you. That for me is devious. That for me is a dangerous type of game to be playing. Do you get it? And like I said, Reva has never been Tondy's friend. So for her to even tell Tondy that, listen, you know, your man's coming on to that your man's not really honest, and texting her underneath the table during the wine cellar, whatever, the girls talk, whatever, was a conscious choice you were making. You were being very tactical, being what we call militant, yeah, taking no prisoners, my guy. And for me, if you just be honest about the game you played, you wanted him, you took him. You understand? You wanted him off the board, you took the king off the board. You understand? It's that simple, Reva. Because I don't see why you're texting her. You're not friends, so why were you texting her? Do you see now the four-way, we call it a two-way trick in Connect 4. This is a two-way trick. Either, Reva, you're friends, and you know you broke the girl code and your loyalty, and you got too much pride to admit that you were wrong, yeah? That you fell upon the nuts, and it got you confused. Or, let's be honest, you're never friends, yeah? And you were sending that text to do her dirty. Admit one of the two. And
are you still open to Mario? I hate the fact that he seems to be able to go back and forth. I think that's unfair. But that's also realistic in life when you have feelings for somebody. But where are you at with that situation
As of right now, like I said, I told him almost 2 weeks ago when he finally told me that he's in a relationship with Reva. I said, well, I don't think we should be communicating anymore, because before then he was just saying he was single. I can do what I want to do.
Right.
I'm not committed to anyone. I'm just seeing her. Those are his words. Seeing, dating, those are the words he would use.
Wow.
And so once I had to pull it out of him, because I called him in a couple of lies. He was telling me, I said, I heard you went to church today with Reva. And I said, you haven't been to church in forever. You know, what's going on? And he's like, she didn't go with me. You know, he was like, and then he said he went to the movies by himself, and you know, people were coming.
Just having a hard time. He
couldn't keep up with him.
He just obviously cares for both of you guys, and is just not sure what to do.
And he said that to me before. He said it's possible for a man to love two women. He said, I still have feelings for you. You know that, and you know, he expresses that a lot.
Right.
He's reassured Tondy that, you know what, everything that Reva's saying is a lie. So now, why, if you know this point that Mario's a liar, and you know that he's lied in between, not only that, you know, the reunion happened, not only that, you know, he got with Reva, not only that, he's humiliated on national television, then you go and have sex with him. You see, as you think you're doing Reva, you're doing yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, please take stock of this particular situation. As you think you're doing someone else, you may be doing yourself. As you may be nailing a coffin in for someone else, you're nailing it for yourself. Be very careful, thinking that you're winning when really you're not winning at all. You think you're first place when really you're going backwards on the Mario Kart track. You're not first. You've been overlapped. You understand? You know, Tondy lets us know that she's never stopped communicating with Mario since, even though he's been with Reva. He's been coming over to the house. He lives 14 minutes away. Who do you think is really winning here? Because it ain't Tondy and it ain't Reva. None of them. They both did themselves. You know what I mean? But Reva doesn't know all of this has happened. That he's gone and talked to Tondy, And what I didn't like, what Tondy was saying, was that she was taking no accountability for her action. And deflecting upon the fact saying, well, you know, Reva, if Reva, you know, took, you know, if Reva took, you know, if Reva should have known when she took, you know, Mario, straight after we've just broken up, this would happen, or something like this would happen. You know, you can't expect anything different. And it's like, listen, I don't mind you doing this, Tondy. Just own it. Remember I said, you can't apply a standard to someone else saying about how would your daughter feel when you've got a daughter too and you're moving mad. That's not what you want to teach your daughter either. Do you know what I'm saying? So, although he's 14 minutes away, because you guys were having, you wanted to do your patching up, you wanted to do your, we call it your closure. Not a problem. You said you did it in a nice little spatial area. No problem. So how did it get to the point where he came around the house and now kitty cat, kitty cat, kitty cat, kitty cat? How? Do you see what I'm saying? So these are questions we've got to ask ourselves and be honest with ourselves. One thing that's scary is that, Tondy said, you know what, that, Mario, no, because obviously, Enchanted PR also stated that, that Reva had said, that she loves that man. And then Tondy was so confident saying, no, that Mario definitely wasn't saying that to me. Definitely hadn't said that. Definitely hasn't said any of that fact. And she was so confident, that's what scared me. It's like, I remember when I put this in that video when I said Reva's saying that she loves Mario already. Like, slow down, babe. But remember I said to you earlier on about the Genuine situation. I said, listen, if the walls come down for somebody whose walls are very, very high up, the moment it drops, when the person catches them, it's going to be hard for them to release. It's going to be hard for them to get out. It's going to be hard for Reva to break free. It's going to be hard for Reva to see anything else because she's let her walls down. She's decided. Remember she said even in her particular VT, Reva, that, she wished she lowered it down earlier. Whoo, Chile. If you knew who you were dating, oh my God. Yeah. As well. And it's interesting because she actually deflects quite well. So she's asked and said, yeah, I have feelings for Mario, and I know he has also had feelings for me. And the reason why she had to say that, because she felt like if she doesn't say that, then it looks like, why am I still having feelings for him when I know he's doing what he's doing? But we're not going to judge you. If you have feelings for him, you have feelings for him. You don't have to absolve yourself or try to deflect it or try to put a shield in front of yourself so that you don't look stupid, which you don't. Apart from the fact, obviously, start having sex with him. But you don't look stupid for having feelings with him. Because it's normal. We expect there's going to be feelings for him. Do you know what I'm saying? We expect there's going to be feelings there. It's just all about being honest and transparent with your truth, I guess, as well. And I think that's the key thing. People get caught up in the fantasy of sex. They get caught up with what they think, what they think rather than what's actually going on. They dream up certain scenarios, and I feel like that's where Tondy is and Reva is at the moment. They're dreaming of something. Although I know Tondy's quit off now, but you still had a little madness in between that time. Not only that, Mario had the cheek to say, listen, you could end up loving both of you. That's when I knew. When she said that comment, I said, that's when I knew this is a level of madness I can't comprehend. But if you're hearing that, you got to release him. I've got enough space to love you both. Oh, sorry, Pimp Daddy Mario.
Not sure what to
do. And he
do.
said that to me before. He said it's possible for a man to love two women. He said, I still have feelings for you.
Sorry, Pimp Daddy Mario. I didn't know that. My bad. Do you understand? Deep it. These are crazy. So yeah, guys, that was my short review. Let us know your thoughts down below. It's probably a little bit, I said short, probably a little bit long one. Let us know your thoughts down below. What did you think? What did you feel? How did you feel about the actual interview as well? And watch out, we're going to do our Brent interview as well going forward. I still can't believe it. Man said, I've got enough love for both of you. You ain't got the minerals, baby. You're Maddie Lee. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment down below, Mineral Gang. And I appreciate you. We'll talk in the comment section.